Hey there, everybody in the L3 community. Oh, okay. All right. Didn't check my hair before I got on. I just wanted to pop in. I don't even know if anybody's out there, but I just wanted to stop in real quick. Actually, not real quick, as long as we need. See if anybody is on. And I just wanted to offer encouragement to anybody out there that is feeling a sense of overwhelm today. So I don't know that anybody is even there or if that even resonates. And build businesses and do all kinds of razzmatazz. So if you're out there and you want to have a conversation, this is meant to be interactive. And if not, I'll just share a couple points and then I'll leave it at that. Maybe I'll even delete the message if it ends up not being, because I really don't have anything planned. I just wanted to hop on and speak from my heart and see if anybody is out there that needs to walk through this with somebody else. So, hey ladies, I know that sometimes we talk about how we don't, people joke about when we're always saying hi to the people when we're doing a Facebook Live. Well, I'm just letting you know in advance, that's what I'm doing right now. I just want to say hi to all of you. I see all of you, Beth, Mary, Linda, Sherry, Amanda, Lindsay, and so what I was asking is if any of you feel a sense of overwhelm, because I'm a firm believer. I know for a fact, I don't think I know. We are all born with magnificence, and we can sometimes lull that to sleep. Hey, Gina, we can lull that to sleep because one of the things can be overwhelm. Just trying to take care of everybody else, do things for other people, trying to do too much, not giving ourselves credit, not looking at the little things. So if you're feeling that way, I just want to be a source of encouragement for you today. And this prompted, even though I'm a coach and I work through this stuff all the time with other people, I love being a coach because I live this. I walk it every day. I had a day like that today. Just feeling a sense of overwhelm, not knowing what to do first. And so I thought, I'm going to do what I love to do. I'm going to hop on and talk to everybody else and see if they're going through this and want to maybe just sort some things out or have a perspective shift while we're on here together. So if anybody wants to add a comment, if you're going through something like that, if you're overwhelmed in any area, just life in general, just leave a comment. But if not, a couple points I just want to share. And one is if that is you and you feel like you just can't keep everybody and everything, happy because you're spinning so many plates, I just recommend pulling out some paper and giving yourself, like literally writing down what you've done. And I know we have our list of things to do. And I always say sometimes we need to create a list of ways to stop. Because we're never satisfied with ourselves, no matter what we do. Now, I'm speaking for me. I don't want to say I'm speaking for everybody, but write down a list at the end of the day. I just highly recommend journaling and writing down all the things that you did do. Even if we think that they're not something that we would even normally think to give ourselves credit for. I had a day today where I started off awesome. I was getting all kinds of things done and felt balanced. And then I just said, wow, there's so much to do yet. How am I going to get it all done? So I needed to stop, pull back, change my perspective. I was with some ladies in a meeting today, and they said this phrase, and I loved it, and that is that shift happens. Sometimes we have to have a shift in our perspective and just pull back rather than being so laser focused in on what we're feeling and the situation, and just realign our perspective. And so what I did is I got a piece of paper out and I wrote down all the little things that normally I wouldn't think would count for anything. Like driving my daughter to school and having an intentional casual conversation with her. And making the girls cinnamon toast. It was a little thing, but I don't usually do it, but I gave myself credit for it. Or diving into something hard in business. It's not fun, but I did it anyway. So are you taking care of people and not taking care of yourself? I know this month we're focusing on We Heart Women, and just a way to remind ourselves to love ourselves, to pull that oxygen mask down and take care of ourselves first, instead of constantly trying to take care of other people, because we can't serve other people from an empty platter. And whether that's remembering, to do self-care for ourselves, take time for ourselves, or just, stopping and giving ourselves credit for the things that we are doing. So it is so great to see all of you on here. Anybody else have a day like that where you just felt like there was so much that you wanted to do, but you just didn't know what to do first? So again, just put something in the comments there and talk with me. I would love that. I'd love to hear from you guys. I did something last week. I don't even know where it is, but I think Overwhelm has been the theme for me lately, because I'm trying to pull off a lot, just like all of us. I'm not going to try to dig for it now. But I think it's been a theme for me lately, because I am, like all of us, trying to pull off so many things and have the courage to try new things and to do the hard things and creative things, and trying to fit that in an already busy schedule can be cray-cray sometimes. So I sat and I listed out everything. I made bullet points like family, spirituality, business, marriage, health, personal time. And I started listing out all the things that I need to do in order to feel balanced and to feel like I'm honoring each of those categories. So Paralee said, me, what you feeling, Paralee? What you going through? Hey, Sherry. I've had those seasons. That's when you need to really press into God. He works it all out. Yes. Thank God they are only seasons and they will pass for sure. You guys, I watched a really powerful video. My friend Tara, who was the woman that I was interviewing, she's the other coach. We share a lot of stuff together, and she referred me to this video. You could probably find it on YouTube. It's called Anointed versus Gifted. It's very, very Christian. She goes very deep into a lot of topics, but especially the first 15 minutes, if you watch that, she talks about how we are being developed in God, and how we sometimes are focused on what the world thinks we should be, or what we're telling ourselves we need to be. We're trying to be and do, instead of just stopping and standing and honoring the darkness, if you will, like stepping out of the light and seeing what God does have for us to see, and to develop ourselves and to grow. So Sherry, I love that comment. So if you guys get a chance, check out that video. It's called Anointing versus Gifting by Christine Kane. Both are spelled with a C. So Paralee, crazy at home, just crazy busy. So are you doing anything for yourself? Are you slowing down and just taking time to honor you? Yeah, being busy at work can really, it's tough, because it's hard to stay in balance. It's hard to leave it at the office, isn't it? I mean, my office is in my home, and I have to, just switch gears constantly and just leave the work behind and remember to get rebalanced and refocused. So for you, Paralee, you really need to do that. Yeah, that's, all I can say is I often, like, here, I'm going to do this. Can you guys see what this is? What is that? You can't see what it is, can you? It's this. It's a pencil container, but when I hold it so close up, you can't make out what it is. And I love that concept, because when we're so laser focused in and just so laser focused in on work or a specific thing that we have to take care of, we can't see the full big picture. So I always love to remember to pull back, take a bird's eye view, and look at everything from that bird's eye view. Sometimes you need somebody to help you pull back and look at all the areas and see where maybe we're missing the balance, or we're missing the self-care, or we're missing the chance to give ourselves credit for what we're already doing. I just hope, that's my hope and prayer for all of you, is that's why I just wanted to hop on and be just totally casual and just real, and just, I don't have an agenda. I just want you all to know that we are meant for greatness, and whatever that looks like in your life, that we deserve peace and peace. I mean, that's the best word that I can think of. We deserve to live in peace. So if we're not feeling that way, what can you do to sit down and pull back out of that laser focused vision that you have right now, and just say, what do I need to do to breathe? Richard and I have a new word for 2000. Instead of saying busy, we now say we are fruitful. Yes. We have already seen a difference in our life. Oh, Apparently, I love you too. And Sherry, I love that. And Michelle, thank you for posting that link. I know I sent it to you today. I know that you enjoyed it. Sherry, that is what I just talked about too. It goes hand in hand with what I talked about with the phrase that shift happens. Sometimes we just need to make a shift in our wording, how we're wording things. And I love that you and Richard are doing that. It's called fruitful. I've been calling it beautifully blessed, my busyness. I know there's a lot of people going through a lot of things. And when I look at the things that I have on my plate, I know that I feel blessed for that, because it's just busy stuff, just trying to keep up. But fruitful, yes, I feel blessed to be busy, because there's a lot of great things going on. And a lot of you are taking care of your kids, and it's a blessing. And all I want to do is encourage all of you to give yourself credit for everything you're doing. Jolene, I see you on here, running to gymnastics and hockey. Well, thank you, Jolene. running to gymnastics and hockey. You, Jolene, by doing that, and all the other moms out there, you are giving your child a childhood that they will never forget. You get to shift their life and how they feel about their childhood, and giving them opportunities they may not appreciate now, but they will always appreciate. And packing the lunches, balancing out the food. That was my thing today. I'm like, are my kids eating healthy? I need to teach them the Bible. I need to drink more water. I should eat more green beans. The dog needs to go to the vet. I have to build a mail email. I need to write more comedy. It's insane what we do to ourselves. I mean, another concept just to remember is that we need to let the to-do list just be done at some point. And at the end of the day, like I said, to just give ourselves credit, for what we have done, instead of looking at what we haven't. That's just a mentality of lack. And I've done it myself. And it's exhausting, because then we're just never feeling like what we've done is good enough. So I'd love any more comments or stories that you have in your day. This is just, a place I wanted to create in this little space with whoever popped in, to just have a place of relatability, and just letting you guys know that I see you, and I'm thinking about all of you, because we're just all trying to do the best that we can every day, and just try to maintain that balance and that self-care love for ourselves. Tomorrow, if all goes well, I am going to be doing a Facebook Live. I haven't even announced it yet, with a friend of mine. Her name is Lynn Johnson. And we're going to be doing a Facebook Live about grief. And we're not going to just we are going to talk about the loss of a loved one. She has quite the story, and she has overcome a lot. But we're going to also talk about the grief of a lot of things. The definition of grief falls into a lot of different categories and a lot of different feelings and things. So anyway, I love being on here with all of you guys. And as I sat and listed out all my things to do, where is it? Over here. There's my my mind map for my business. It's never ending, and I'm constantly drawing on it. But I need to understand Rome wasn't built in a day. And my favorite thing to do, other than developing merch and doing my marketing and creating my email lists and creating my telecourse and booking my speaker programs, I realized that my absolute all-time favorite thing to do is to be with all of you and just to come together and share life and share experiences together. So, will you cover Charlie Brown's Good Grief? How should I cover it, Michelle? I can't imitate him, but that is a good phrase, because to say good grief, I mean, I feel like we may all be saying that all day long because we just can't seem to get it all done. But watch that video, at least the first 15 to 20 minutes, because it just talks about allowing yourself to be developed in who you were called to be, instead of having to be all the things that we think we need to be, because sometimes those are just limited beliefs. And the question I would ask is, where does that stem from if you feel like it's not good enough? That's a direction I go often in coaching, is where is that? Why is that showing up? Why is that a trigger? Why is it that enough just isn't enough, and overwhelm always has to be in place? That you might always be feeling a sense of overwhelm. It might be because of something in your life where you felt like you were only valued if you were busy, or you were praised because you took care of so much, or you feel like there's a worthiness that you don't deserve unless you're showing up busy and exhausted. And we all know that doesn't serve any of us. So we all get the chance to change and direct our legacy and the trajectory of our lives. And that's something I had to remember for myself, is to show up, and I have to do it daily because I've already had to do it today, to show up intentional, to show up in a way that tries to promote peace and show peace to the people around me. And I can't do that if I'm all jazzed up and worried about what I am not doing. And that just ends up affecting everybody. So if anybody else on here has anything they'd like to share or a comment, I would love that, because I am enjoying my time here with all of you. Michelle, you have anything? Who else? Is everybody else still on here? Sherry, thank you for the comments. That is just so helpful. If anybody just wants to walk through some things together, or you want to send me a note, again, I'm not saying that I have all the answers. I don't. I don't. I walk through all this stuff just like all of you. Thank you, Sherry. But I feel like I've been able to find the tools and find the resources to be able to reroute, shift things. One of the favorite phrases is to turn our mess into a message. And that's actually what I'm doing. My goal was to do here is to take the mess that I felt today and the overwhelm and the nothing is ever good enough in the day, and just turn it into a message or a place for us to receive a message here on this Facebook Live. Michelle, you're so funny. April did not have her baby. Imagine what she's going through. Okay, well, if there isn't anybody else that has any comments, I hope that this gave you something to think about, that you're worthy of peace. You're good enough. You know what? One thing I often say too is that bare minimum days are for real. Like, some days we just need to do bare minimum days and eat, breathe, sleep, repeat. And that's okay. Because when you ask yourself right now, without looking at your calendar, what did you do last 2 Thursdays ago? What did you do? What, first of all, like in a snap of a finger, what was the date? We don't even know. Well, maybe we do. But what did you do? What was so important that day? What was it about that day that you remember? You probably don't. So why isn't it okay to just have a bare minimum day? Nobody's going to know the difference. Nothing's gonna die. Everybody's going to be okay, and the world is going to survive if you just take time to pull back, reshift perspective, and give yourself a break. Oh, Michelle, he loved that video. It was so good. Boy, she can speak some truth. She really, it's funny though. That's the risk, because we can hear the truth and watch an amazing video that inspires us, but we don't sustain that motivation. And that's why it's a daily surrender to reshift our focus. And after watching that video, I want to find some 35 millimeter film and cut it up and put it everywhere. Put it in my car, put it on my refrigerator, put it in my office, so that I can remember that every day I am being developed in who I was called to be, and not what the world says that I need to be. And so that video was pretty powerful. For those of you that are just coming on and don't want to listen to the whole replay, it is called Anointing versus Gifting by Christine Kane. It's a powerful video. It is very, very Christian oriented. And so I know, anyway, I hope that that speaks to you. So, okay, well, I'm going to hop off of here unless anybody has any other comments that you want to add. But I love being with you guys, and I love that I am getting more and more comfortable and thinking more often to hop on here to be with you guys, because this is really my joy. Out of everything else that I could be doing, this is my joy, is to just have relatability and vulnerability, and just to hop on and do this together. Yes, I could get a Polaroid, or yes, I could do that. I will. You know what though? I'm gonna mark it down. But I'm not gonna. I'm always adding to my list of things to do, and I just said I want to do that. But I'm gonna mark it down. When I see it at the store, I'm gonna grab it then, because it really is a powerful reminder. I don't know if I shared this earlier, but on my website it says that one of my goals for what I do, and my desire and my mission in my business, in my calling, is to help women laugh about the things that make us want to cry. So in taking what felt like a mess today and wanting to turn it into a message, I wrote out the beginning of a script of all the things that we go through and that our mind goes through in just feeling overwhelmed and trying to do 5,000 things at the same time. I'm going to shoot that video. I may not even get it done until summer, but I know that's going to be a powerful video that we can all relate with, trying to just do so much. And letting enough be enough. So, okay. Oh my gosh, I care for every single one of you, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Let your enough just be enough. Give yourself some gold stars. Write down everything that you did today. Just try a little experiment. Get a piece of paper, write down every single thing you did today. You know what? I prepped some food for our family. I did business stuff. I drank my water. I actually drank all my water today. I haven't done that in forever, but it's always on my mind. It's the little things. It's the programs running in the back of our mind. Those are things that'll get you. So when we put some value on the things we do, it's a for sure shift. So anyway, okay, love to all of you. Thanks for spending some time with me. And if you get a chance, hop on tomorrow. I think it's going to be 1:00 p.m. I've been doing the Facebook Lives interviews on Fridays, but tomorrow it works out for both of our schedules that we're going to do this Facebook Live at 1:00 talking about grief. But again, it's not just for people that have lost a loved one. It is, but it's also about grief. And today I experienced, my own sense of grief just in the way I was beating myself up. So there's all kinds of ways that grief can show up in our life. Paralee, I am so glad that this spoke to you. I'm so glad that you were here. And if I can do anything to support you, you just let me know. Send me a message. And I'll be back soon. Okay, great spending all this time with you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Go do something for yourself. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.